Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2015 National Manager of the Year Award, okay? This is what it is, all right? We are ready. We're going to have an exciting night, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Kevin Davis, and I'm president of Kevin Davis Insurance Services. Thank you back there. Thank you. Yes. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight, and since this award is streaming live through our Manager of the Year Facebook page, I would also like to welcome our online viewing audience. Come on, give it up for them. Okay. Now, tonight's a very exciting night. We are gathered to announce two National Manager of the Year winners. At this time, I'd like to introduce Association Reserve President and founding sponsor of Manager of the Year contest, Robert Northern.
Thank you, Kevin, and good evening, everyone. Well, managing a community association, an association-governed community, is an extremely complex and demanding profession. Just as soon as you think you have all the variety of skills that you need put together, then you realize that it's all about people. You need to deal with people with different personalities, different backgrounds, and different hidden agendas. And so sometimes it's called a thankless profession, being a community association manager. And the thing is that in my 29 years in this industry, I've seen some managers serve with dedication and distinction. What does that mean? Those are the managers that stood out because they helped their board members, or perhaps they kept their board members in line. They're the ones who made the community association a better place to live. Maybe they rescued a community association. And they're the ones who improved or maximize property values for everyone at the community association, whether they knew it or not. And that's why I'm so pleased to have my company, Association Reserves, associated as the founding sponsor of the National Manager of the Year contest, a competition designed to recognize and reward the great community managers across the country. Well, we couldn't do it ourselves, and so we assembled an impressive team of industry professionals from across the country that also bought into this vision of elevating, promoting the professionalism and excellence of the community association management profession. And first off, I'd like to announce our gold sponsor, Kevin Davis Insurance Services, represented by Kevin Davis. I think you met him a moment ago. Silver sponsors are Alliance Association Bank, represented by Craig Huntington. Mutual of Omaha Bank, represented by Alan DeTata. And Pacific Premier HOA and Property Banking, represented by Kat Carmichael. Thank you all. But for a contest this big in scope, we couldn't do it with just the professional companies. We had to enlist some media sponsors. And so please join me in thanking our three media sponsors, Adamant Inc., Association Life, and HOA USA. I'd also like to introduce our Independent Council of Community Association Professionals. This is an indispensable part of this contest. This independent group of judges, effectively, we call them CCAP, Council of Community Association Professionals, lent prestige to the contest just by their affiliation. They also served as judges of the photo essays, and they serve as a very important voting block, keeping things stable throughout the voting. So I'd like to introduce the 5 CCAP members. Margie Meyer of Cadre Experts. Donna DiMaggio Berger, Esquire of Becker and Poliakoff. Howard Goldklang of Goldklang Group CPAs. And our 2014 Manager of the Year winners, Danielle Carbajal and Marcy Kravitz. We truly appreciate their support throughout this process. And next, The voting stage of this competition was administered by the Inspectors of Election. We call them TIE. They were our online voting partner. Well, the TIE accomplished something absolutely incredible. They did it once, they did it right. With their expertise and their competence and their professionalism, they were able to handle the tally of votes through the 2-week period for the 7 finalists that amounted to 193,817 votes. How would you like to count those? So they did it once, they did it right. For that, we have Mark Poland and Curtis Peterson of TIE to thank for their expertise, their professionalism, and their enthusiasm. Couldn't do it without them. And just a moment for background. This contest was designed to find winners in 2 categories: on-site management professionals and the portfolio management professionals. We took the entire pile of applicants and whittled them down to the top 40 using a mathematical scoring algorithm. Once we had the top 40, we asked them to tell their stories. Now, every story was unique, but every story had a common thread or a common theme. Each story was an inspiring story about someone who had done something above and beyond for their association as an act of service and professionalism. And for that, we have our finalists in front of us that are the cream of the crop. Our goal for the National Manager of the Year contest was to create this forum to be able to recognize and reward these high-performing managers across the country in a way that was fair, fun, and inspiring. And by the volume of people that we see here and that have participated through this whole event, we want to thank you for your participation. We are on track with that goal. So, as evidenced by the amount of people who applied, all the people who voted, people who are here tonight, and those in our voting audience, I want to thank you all for your participation. This is a great contest to be associated with. And I have one last comment. I want to speak from my heart to the finalists. I'm proud of you guys. We're proud of you guys. You're the reasons that we created this competition. You inspire us, you elevate the entire profession. I'm excited for you tonight, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you, Robert. And I agree. I've been in this business for 30 years, and this level of management has surpassed any time I've ever been involved. And to get the professionalism up to a higher level is what Robert's goal is and everybody's goal is. And to give these awards out, to be here tonight is really a pleasure for me. So thanks again, Robert, for inviting me. Now, I want to introduce 3 on-site manager finalists and invite them to join us up front. Our first finalist is Richard Egan from Briarcliff Town Homes Association in Reseda, California. Briarcliff has benefited from Richard's many managerial skills, such as stability, effective communication, nobility, and being an active manager. Richard pulled Briarcliff through a devastating fire by using these skills to reassure the residents and get them back in their homes as fast as possible. Our second finalist is Kasia Edis from Carbonell Condominium in Miami, Florida. By being a jack of all trades, Kasia has become the glue that keeps everything and everybody together at Carbonell. One of Kasia's impressive accomplishments was reducing the association debt by more than $350,000. Our third finalist is Chad Peck from Stonecrest POA in Leesburg, Florida. In the 3 years that Chad had been at Stonecrest POA, he has made many positive changes, including upgrades to data communication systems, decreases in operational costs, reductions in environmental impact, and a successful transition to a resident-governed community. Now let's have a round of applause and acknowledge the professionalism of these on-site managers. And now, are you ready? You excited? You don't sound excited. All right. Sealed. The 2015 National On-Site Manager of the Year is Richard Egan of Briarcliff Town. Congratulations. My backyard, you know. Richard, want to say a few words?
Wow. Not something I expected among all the managers that were here and the essays I read and the videos that I watched. It's incredible. You know, us managers have to deal with not just homeowners, boards, and they change from time to time. The real crux of it is that if you stay with your association and you persevere through the good and the bad, and you put your time in, you can do this job. And I think it goes to show from all of us, all the managers that are here, that it's not a thankless job. There are some benefits to it.
All right. One more?
On the iPad, I like it.
Hey.
Congratulations. Okay. I would now like to introduce the portfolio manager finalists and invite them to join us up front. Our first finalist is Maurice Bozeman of Hawkeye Property Management in Western Florida. Maurice took over the management of an association that hasn't been maintained in 30 years. 30 years. And had a long list of financial and maintenance issues, including a closed clubhouse due to mold. In the year Maurice spent with the association, he has gained the trust of the residents, reduced debt by $70,000, restored the clubhouse, and started making his way down the long to-do list. Our second finalist is Eric Corcoran of Management Specialist Services in Gainesville, Florida. Eric has proven to be a dedicated and determined manager, guiding one of his associations through tenacious time of lawsuits and disagreements. Eric spent numerous hours meeting with experts, doing research and gathering data to become a trusted and well-informed manager and help solve these kind of problems in the association. Eric's not here right now, as you can see. But our third finalist is Denise Gurman Jimenez of Southwest Management Services in Austin, Texas. By using her skills in financial management, facilities management, communication, reserve funding, planning, and project management, Denise creatively steered one of her associations through many improvements and financial enhancements. One of the enhancements being the $18,000 to $25,000 of increased annual revenues for the association, which has enabled them to make many of the improvements on the wish list over the next six years. Let's have a round of applause for the professionalism and every one of these portfolio managers. And now, All right, the 2015 National Portfolio Manager of the Year is Maurice Bozeman. Like to say a few words?
I'd like to thank all the participants that made this award possible. All of you, fantastic job, everyone that participated in this contest. I'd also like to thank the sponsors. The amount of work that you all put into this is extraordinary. The 6 months process to get to this point, outstanding job, fantastic. I also would like to recognize the Dan Marino Foundation in Weston, Florida, for all that they do for children with special needs. A portion of my winnings will be donated to the Dan Marino Foundation in Weston, Florida. I also would like to recognize Hawkeye Management Incorporated, the team there. You're only as good as the people that you're surrounded by, and I'm very fortunate to have an outstanding group of people around me. And last but not least, I'd like to recognize the founder of Hawkeye Management Incorporated, Mr. Paul Patty, who was not able to be here this evening. But his mentorship, leadership, and guidance has enabled me to be successful in this field, and I commend him. I also would like to take a moment and recognize that business for their silver anniversary, or 25 years in community service. Both Paul and Bobby Patty, this is for you. Congratulations.
Look here. Technology. One more. Good stuff.
Okay, thank you. Okay, can we have one more final round of applause for our 2015 National Manager of the Year Award winners? Maurice Bozeman and Richard Egan. Now, thank you all for joining us tonight. We invite you to stay and enjoy some cake and champagne. We'll now be signing off from our live broadcast. So thank you everyone for attending. And from here and afar, have a great night.